Hello and welcome to Save Ourselves. I am Aparna. In today's video, I wanted to talk about the notebooks that I use to keep myself on track. Being a big fan of stationery, I'm a big fan of notebooks as well, and these are the ones I've added to my life to make it a little bit easier and to keep it more organized. So let's get right into it. So the first notebook that I use is a weekly planner. It is a Murakami themed planner which I got this year, and I've been using it for a couple of months now, and this system has been working out great for me. It basically comes in a weekly format, which is great because the schedule that I get from my college is also in a weekly format, and that way I can transfer it directly to this weekly layout and also add in other aspects of my life later on. This gives me an overview of how busy my week is going to look like, and I can plan accordingly. So along with my master notebook and my bullet journal, I can correlate all of these and coordinate all of my tasks in all of these three notebooks, and that's how I like to use this planner. It basically functions as a calendar that gives me an idea of how my days look like and how busy and filled with tasks and events they are. So the next notebook that I use is what I like to call a master notebook. This notebook basically holds all of my college stuff together, and in it you can find the syllabus, instructions and all other kinds of notes in this notebook. Whatever does not go in my class notes and whatever refers to as admin stuff or instructions can be found in this notebook. I have talked about this notebook in my school organization video. You can check that out in the top right corner of this video, and also it holds all of my running tasks that I like to form weekly and which will contain tasks from all aspects of my life. Other than that, I also use this notebook to strategize about my submissions and make smaller to-do lists and divide my submissions or write down feedback that I get based upon those. So that's how I like to use this notebook. So the next notebook that I use is obviously my bullet journal, and on this channel I've made lots of videos that talk about bullet journaling and how to use a bullet journal, and you can also find a playlist that contains all of my bullet journaling videos on my channel as well, so do check them out if you want. But basically how I like to use is of course to plan out my days and weeks and all of the tasks that I have due. And also apart from that, I like to keep track of a lot of things. So in my monthly setups, you can find a lot of trackers, different kinds of trackers that I've used in my bullet journal. So may it be health trackers or mood trackers or keeping track of my finances, some of my goals or some of the seasonal things that come up in my life, maybe a few projects or something like that. And I've developed a habit of using this notebook on a daily basis and filling in a lot of things every day, so that over a longer period of time I have a collection of lots of things that I can look back on and keep a track of all of the things that I've filled in so far. So this is the most effective planning technique that I have discovered for myself, and I have formed a habit of using it constantly. And finally, the last notebook that I use is my journal. So I've been journaling ever since I was a kid, and fortunately that habit has stuck with me. So I've filled lots of notebooks so far, and I continue to do so every year. And I don't use this notebook on a daily basis, but whenever I need to vent out or put my feelings on paper, this is the notebook that I turn to. And because I've formed this habit over a long period of time, I've associated the feelings of peacefulness and calmness with this habit of journaling. So it is a very therapeutic outlet for me. So these are all the notebooks that I use. Of course, you don't need all of them to keep yourself on track, and you can totally customize this system to cater to your own need. These are just the ones that I use, and I hope that this was helpful for you in some way. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.